With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Kyrie Irving from Duke University. The 6'3", 191-pound guard from Duke only played in 11 games this freshman year, but he averaged 17 points per game, 3.5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Remember, he missed 26 games with that toe injury on his right foot. He's the guy, Jay Billis, your alma mater. What does this guy bring you?
Well, Stu, he was the best point guard in the country last year in the 11 games that he played. Early on in the season before he got hurt against Butler, I think consensus, he had played the best at the point guard position. He's a true point, and he's got an unusually good feel for the game. I don't think he's some extraordinary passer, but he makes the right pass. He's got good vision with the ball. He's excellent in pick and roll situations. He is very good in transition. He's not the kind of athlete that we saw with John Wall last year, a couple years ago when Derrick Rose came out of Memphis, but he's very good off pick and rolls because of his change of pace and direction and the fact that he can go either way. He's not one of those guys that only goes right. He can go right, he can go left, and he's got a terrific understanding of the game. He's a crafty finisher around the basket, can finish with either hand, and he shoots a good percentage. I mean, if you go underneath the screen on a ball screen, he's going to be able to pull up and shoot the ball. Little switch there, he pulls up and shoots, and he shot 46% from 3, 53% overall. You foul him, and he got to the line about 6 times per game. He shoots 90% from the free throw line. The kid is a really good player. He's just not an explosive athlete. That's the difference between him and a guy like Rose or Wall, the last 2 guards that went #1.
You know, all these guys are competitive, but they're also in the same boat. They got a lot of respect for each other. You see Kyrie Irving giving some love to Derrick Williams. Now Kyrie getting some love from our man Mark Jones. Kyrie's first interview as an NBA player.
Yes, sir, Stu. Kyrie, the Cleveland Cavaliers were the only team that you worked out for 2.5 hours. How do you allay the fears of the Cavaliers and their supporters, fans, that the toe's okay after playing just 11 games this year?
Well, the deciding factor for me to come out in this NBA draft was the NCAA tournament. When I was able to execute really well in the NCAA tournament, it made my decision to go to the NBA that much easier. So I'm looking forward to getting to Cleveland. It feels good to finally put a hat on.
You told me that your father was the best player that you ever played against. He raised you as a to influence and support meant through all these years to this point.
So, you know, for me, I'm really looking forward to the NBA.
All right, congratulations. Heather Cox standing by with Pops, who must be pretty proud right now, Heather.
Indeed, a very proud father, Dredrick. Now, when Kyrie was 9 years old, he said he got intimidated in a pickup game, and you gave him an hour-long lesson on not being afraid to fail. Did you ever imagine that lesson would help lead him here to the #1 pick?
Not that particular lesson. We had a lot of conversations about not failing. He was fortunate to actually get the lesson. It's a blessing, thanks to God, that Kyrie had the opportunity to be drafted #1 in the NBA.
Now, the last time that the Cavs had the #1 pick was back in 2003. They picked a guy named LeBron James. What advice have you given him about handling the pressure of filling that void left by James?
Well, I'll just tell Kyrie to be himself. Kyrie and LeBron are obviously two different people. At this particular moment, it's really about Kyrie. No disrespect to LeBron or anything. I think Kyrie brings a lot to the table, and I'm excited for him.
Certainly about Kyrie, and I know he learned a lot from you on the court as well. Stuart, he was certainly a player in his own right. Back to you.
Yeah, the genes are there. Dredrick played ball at Boston University back in the day. Yes, the high top fade. We all had him. Don't laugh. Boston University guard, 1984 to 88. All-time career points, he's 3rd on the list. 2nd all-time in games played, and he was inducted into the Boston University Hall of Fame in 1995. So Kyrie Irving goes #1 to the Cleveland Cavaliers, as most people thought he would. Right now on the clock,